presentation we need to give. We give you, each committee gives yearly to the council of the status of the BAB. Hopefully this evening will be quick. I wrote up a draft of it. It's an old template that's, I think it's still, it basically covers all the points, in the template, what we're doing. So it basically starts by the membership roster. Myself, Francesca, Edwin, Doc Bennett will be added, but since you're not sworn in yet. Then it goes into the budget items, lobby to Tallahassee. I didn't have the exact numbers. So if you can, confirm that, the Tallahassee, the lobby Tallahassee, the advisory board, what we. Almost every month, I attend the blasting advisory board from Miramar. Join forces there, so there's a zero cost for that. Same as we do the Lakes Chamber of Commerce, Miami Lakes Chamber of Commerce events that we've done. And we did their 4th of July event, Miami Lakes, of which we bought assets for marketing. And I was going by memory again, it was $300, something like that.
We should look back at the budget for this because my memory number is 400.
Okay, so if you can confirm the numbers on it.
Okay.
That Tallahassee trip looks a little less than what it really was. Cause
Yeah.
at one point it was emailed to me if I was gonna go as well. And it was like 1,000.
It was, yeah, I paid the difference, and that's something I'm gonna be bringing up at the chair meeting. Just so you guys know, the town basically is a non-for-profit, you don't pay taxes. But since they asked me to take care of everything, I have to pay the taxes. So when I submitted the expense reports, they
didn't
don't
reimburse.
reimburse me for the taxes that I paid out. So I paid to volunteer.
Can we reimburse it?
You can reimburse me.
No, maybe we can reimburse you as a team.
Yeah, you can.
What are you talking about? I always like to know what I'm, I know, but we're talking about taxes, how much?
It was like $300 something on
I'm in for 100.
it. It's just, it's a little, it's a little upsetting in that.
It's, I get what you're saying, that it's more of like the principle.
Well,
than-
we shouldn't have done it.
Yeah,
Period, so yeah. But nonetheless, so that's, if we could just check the reimbursement check that I received, which is what I was trying to remember, as well. So initiative and events. On February 9th, then I just, surmised everything. I flew to Tallahassee for days. In reality, this was an unorthodox lobbying effort in the traditional sense, but in fact, it was highly effectual. The intent was to provide State Rep Fabricio's proposed bills. In canvassing, I met, since I was alone, the amount of connections that were made was minimal. Other years that we've gone with a big group, we do a lot of, we have a lot of offices. But Representative Bartleman, Senator Barbara Sharif, Senator Jim Boyd, Senator Colleen Burton, Senator Zoraida Druckman, Representative Susanna Valdez, and Representative Clay Yarborough. And so you guys know, we had asked the lobbyists to step in, which they do every year. This year, I got zero response, 0 meetings created. So actually, Councilman Stephen Hirschberg is the one who gave me a list, go see these people. And I went down the list that he got. A lot of these people are in the committees, or subcommittees, and committees that reviewing bill, Fabricio's bill.
Who is our current lobbyist now? Do you remember the firm?
Eddie, Suncoast, Sun something. I don't know, do you know him offhand? I'd have to look him up.
No.
I remember Eddie, so sorry, I can't add.
Just Eddie.
Not even a good guy, but it's Eddie and another guy, I don't remember his name.
Can we add to your little summary here that the connections were procured by yourself, by you, instead of like?
Yeah, that's what's the reason I'm mentioning it. I don't know, I didn't want to. I don't want to be insulting, I guess, lack of a better word, but I think it should be worth mentioning that we're basically, I was on my own. with the assistance of Stephen Herzberg, which it's not his position, but he helped out tremendously.
Right.
And at what stage of conversation were you with these, representatives? From like, I don't know, from knowledge of everything you wanted to give? What stage did you finish?
But they were, you said they were familiar with the problem, right?
Everybody was, okay, just.
Okay, so that means that Fabricio did his job of informing.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
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 Well, that's an important part.
Mhm.
When you're canvassing, it's basically going door to door and provide information.
Just that each one.
Right, so I teach one of these, I met their assistant or I met them.
Yeah.
The next category is meetings, and that's actually, we sat down and face to face and we had a discussion. With that was Robin Bartleman. She's co-sponsoring Fabricio's bill. She expressed her frustration when common sense bills being pushed to the side, quote unquote.
That it was the bill was tabled, I'm assuming was it in insurance or was it in finance?
The
Which committee?
first, Civil Justice
Oh,
Subcommittee.
okay.
Now, I was able to get, oh. So you guys know the whole story. I met with Robin Bartleman. Then Fabricio's office is basically our home base. So we put our bags there and whatnot and this, that. And in one of the interchanges, Fabricio was in between meetings and he asked, if you guys, if I get you a meeting with the lobbyist of the miners, would you go?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you recommend it, we'll go. So he asked Nikita, his assistant, send an email, David Ramba, the lobbyist for the mining association.
The association, not the problem, it's
Right,
one firm.
right.
Okay.
So David Ramba's assistant responded immediately, and that afternoon we had a meeting at the office, at his office. He immediately identified, when we walked into his office, the hello, shaking hands was, is it White Rock, the issue? Is that what we're here for? It was, yeah. And he says, yeah, they're the problem child. They don't listen to anybody.
Yeah.
Everybody else were good. I said, no, everybody else is fine.
Yeah, because I remember because their attorney was Miguel de Grande, and he was always very,
Direct attorney.
yeah, he was, not receptive is the best term I could call it, without being insulting.
So this guy expressed his frustration of Miami-Dade Limestone Association with the entity, White Rock, and their actions. He proffered the damage reported is exaggerated. That I found interesting. That cracks in the stucco, they're exaggerated with cracks in the stucco at worst. In other words, it's just superficial crack. It's nothing. He advised that they are not in opposition of Bill HB 115, Fabricio's bill, and they're not actively discouraging it. So they're letting it ride.
Okay, at least they won't, yeah, they won't become, an adversary.
Right. I also got a meeting with Rep Tracy Coster. She's the chair of the first subcommittee.
Just for a second, so they're saying that the damage is not significant, even they said that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that you countered with, well, the studies about the peak particle velocity was based on a totally different substrata than what we have here,
I wanted to.
but they weren't gonna hear it.
This meeting is with Stephen Herzberg. He's the one conducting the meeting, so
Okay.
I took a back seat.
Okay, all right,
But I bit my tongue hard the entire time we were
yeah,
there.
well, I would have definitely have, at least,
I didn't want to.
argued that point, but I guess you didn't want to disturb the meeting, because they would have got up and left anyway.
Right. Well, I didn't want to start the meeting. I didn't want to become
The expert?
adversarial to the guy. So just let's talk, you know.
Yeah, but-
I mean, controversial to the guy.
Okay.
So Rep Tracy Coster, I was able to get a meeting with her. She's the chair of the first subcommittee. And she basically said they're out of time. There's only one meeting left in session.
Yeah.
There was one meeting left for her committee.
Correct.
And so they were out of space to put another bill in.
Right.
However, she wasn't aware of the lawsuit, the pending lawsuit, and requested to see that. She was interested in it. I know Herzberg forwarded it to her. So
What's the status of that suit now? Is it just?
the
Town
first
spoke
hearing,
out, you said.
there's a hearing coming up, so
Okay.
it's just starting to roll.
I'm just curious, yeah, where you are on it, okay.
Do we have the day of the hearing?
Is a
What's that?
hearing,
When's the day of the hearing?
The date and 2.5 months from now
yeah, okay, and it's gonna be over at the 11th Circuit,
in Dade County, yeah.
Dade County, okay.
And it's, again, it seems just to check, present the findings, to see
No, I understand.
initial. So then the last section is the future project considerations. I said high school science project, $5 sponsorship by United Dental Specialists.
Yay.
Science project related to the conveyance of seismic energy and the effects on structures, similar to the effects of liquefaction. Understand liquefaction is a large amount of energy at a very quick moment of time. We're experiencing a spread of energy over time. So I equate that to basically you could jump down a flight of stairs or go one step at a time. And what we're experiencing is one step at a time. Liquefaction is the jumping of the stairs. So reality, there is no science based on what we're experiencing exist on that. So I think it's the potential of this to have a science project of this, see
That
what
sounds
comes
good.
out.
Yeah,
Could
that
be
basically would
interesting.
do too, they would set up, say, a seismic wave like maybe 5, feet, 5 inches per second versus 2 inches per second. See how the different strata, but I think I can see how the experiment would be set up, because you'd have to set up a water table with a porous strata and then see how it responds to with compacted limestone on top.
You can, and basically you could take a sander and put underneath it and vibrate it. It'll produce the energy and.
Well, we want to quantify the energy and try and get we want to scale it to what we be experiencing, right? I mean, the answer is, yeah, we can do that. I can kick the table too and get even a higher
There's
peak
different
wave.
area.
So we'd have to find, well, we'll discuss that, but we'll find some way of finding out some type of scale
Right.
on the energy being distributed.
Something that's occurring, you have a swimming pool. Actually, Stephen Herzberg mentioned to me, swimming pools are coming out of the ground.
Yeah, I had a pipe break, definitely right after a blast.
And well, that is stereotypical of liquefaction,
Right.
where objects that are below ground come out of the ground. And that can easily be recreated.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's a project, I think, for the future discussion, and we set up and we can meet with a school.
Now we have to figure out how to get over, another project might be overpressure to showing how overpressures work. Low structures.
I don't know how they do, what kind of experiment to do to.
Well, you could do a closed, what do you call it, just a closed vessel of some sort. And then, send a compression wave to it and watch the cork pop out.
Hmm.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of ways you can do for overpressure.
So
I have a question, sorry to interrupt, because I missed that portion of the meeting last time when I was in the hospital. The high school project is something we are going to propose as a future project, but we don't have the connection with the high school itself yet.
Right.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure I'm understanding.
although we do have an ex-professor, high school professor.
And I was a teacher before I became a dentist.
Oh,
Science, biology and chemistry. And I did a bunch of stuff before I set into my career, which I don't know what it is now. Close to retirement at this point now. I was everything. Today I was IT all day.
Well, the United Dental Specialists is the name of his company.
I figured.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's you?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then we would present that to keep it within Miami Lakes, the Miami Lakes high school students, and a monetary prize for the project.
Yeah.
We could discuss whether a portion goes to the school, portion goes to the teacher, portion to the student, or whatever, but
No, I can increase that. That was just a token to get it started, what I mean. I'm one of those lucky guys,
yeah,
I'll tell you a story after the meeting's over. It's about dumb luck and how it worked out in my favor.
I think personally, I think that the amount is satisfactory. If you want to do more, I think we should do more of, more events.
Well, I think we should do first, second, and third place, because
No,
maybe Miami Lakes Educational Center has number one. But
Yeah,
American has
obviously,
really good second.
we need
you
to
know?
find good STEM, the programs that in the high schools.
Right.
I want it to be what's fun about the award, I want it to be a Scholastic Achievement Award, which means they don't have to use it for scholarships, they can spend it whatever they want. In other words, they want to buy themselves a
Mm-hmm.
new phone. they're welcome
Whatever.
to use it anyway. There's gonna be no restriction on it. I always, and when I was a teacher, I always felt that education, was not rewarded for,
Mhm.
Nobel prizes and stuff like that, so. When I was a teacher, of course, it was pastelitos in my day, but,
Right,
but that's what we did.
yeah, no, that's really cool.
So then the last step is the attendance. So this is a full list of the year and of every member.
Right.
I don't know whether to include just the active members, because that's irrelevant to members that are no longer.
I would
This should
leave
be,
it like
this should be
this.
fine,
Yeah.
yeah.
The items in yellow are the special call meetings, and red are subcommittee meetings. That's not mandatory under the resolution for the committees is standard dates, so the monthly meeting. So just word of caution, if you're in red, that's you missed that day. Providing it's in red with a blue on the top of the column.
Well,
But these are the dates for this past year,
do I get a prize for perfect attendance?
only if I get one. Um. That pretty much wraps it up, so I don't know, any comments, any?
Yeah. This, is. A document is getting turned in, what was the previous one that was turned in, and what date did it have?
The date,
Yeah, like, it says March 2026, right? The previous one that was submitted, what date did it have?
I don't know.
Was it the one you showed us last?
That's the one I did 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
The one that was done previously was done by the previous chair.
Right, but I just wanna know the date.
I
So
don't
we know,
know.
so we know we're giving them a briefing from that date to this date. So the
Oh,
context that we have in
this is
here,
2025 year, so it's last year's session of us.
yeah, this stuff happened this year, right? February 9th, 2026.
He's trying to say your report to council ends March 26th, but when does it begin?
No, the
Like, does
report
it
to
begin?
council, the date I'm presenting is the March meeting,
No, I'm saying, what's the time frame for this report?
Just 25, right?
25, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But it can't be the full year, because if it's the full year, then I get his point. Why are you talking about things you did in February? Cause then it looks like in 2025, what did
Oh.
you do? I see his point.
Right.
I also know that the last time we presented to council was like October. It was before you were chair. So
Yeah.
when was that?
Yeah, the Rudy was
October?
in DC.
Yeah, nobody showed up,
Right,
right? It wasn't that what happened?
in October, was it?
Something like
I think it
that.
was October.
So to answer your question, you okay?
That grant, yeah, point your toe, point the toe. Point the toe, move your ankle forward, not backwards, forward. Stretch, you gotta stretch the Achilles.
That's the shoes.
This is the doctor. The one doctor.
The, and as far as, I mean, the activity, I get what you're saying, the activity for February 9th, it's because the sessions. Do not coincide with our year thing.
I just want more context as to like, from what date to what date, is this report? Is it only from February to March? That's what it looks like, that's
No, from January to January.
from January 2025. Okay, so from January 2025, I think we should add a little more context here.
Yeah,
At least, not even every month, but every other month, should be something done, right? Something was done every other month, at least.
Like what?
Marketing, marketing, what things did we do?
is it,
In
I think he's
2025.
saying like we could add what we did in July. I mean, we can only add from when, the things that we knew happened, right?
Right.
Because there was some accomplishments that we could also mention, but they were under the purview of a previous chair, and there's no way for us to prove that he went on a podcast.
No,
or
no,
whatever,
no,
right?
at least like, for
So
example,
we
like
could
the state
talk about the
documents.
July event. We could talk about all the work that we've done on his reports and how that work got us that meeting with Miramar. Like, I feel like we're cutting short
Yeah, no,
our accomplishments. So for the July event at the town, we didn't include that. That's not here.
which event of the town?
4th of July, remember?
It's here, my like 4th of July event.
You know,
Yeah,
as
but you
far as
put how
a-
much it costs, but you didn't do what we did, you didn't put like a part of the summary of like
Oh,
accomplishments or like events that we participated in.
And like every item that's in the website, it has a date, right, for when it was published. Each of those items based on that date should be listed here,
Mm-hmm,
because it's a lot of work that was not just done by one person, it
mm-hmm,
was done by the whole body.
yeah, it's a really good point.
Which leads me to my next question, is I know it's gonna be, do we have to present it in March? Can we request to
We
present it
already
again?
moved it
we
one.
were supposed to present in January, which makes no sense, because our activity happens in February.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if we don't have enough time to add these things for like
No, it's coming
2025?
right now, I'm adding them right now.
Well, I wasn't here during that time, that's why I was like, I was trying to, like,
The fact is, this year is very limited, the activities that were done. Very limited, so I was going by straight memory of what I've done, what I participated in,
Right,
which were, these are the events.
so for the marketing, my question was, I submitted a email. Cause I wanted to know all the workshops that were done. We've done marketing material for them, right?
Mhm.
And those are dated. So can we use that date, those marketing materials and put them here?
yeah, I don't see why not,
Cause I think that's the strongest, especially since the mayor was
Which is
talking
a-
about marketing,
Right,
we
which
like-
events though?
any workshop. Any
We haven't had
event,
one
the
this
one
year.
that,
any event that
but
you,
we
that you
did
met
last
on
year,
the
we did in
weekend.
25. What's that, the one that, we did at the,
Food truck?
That was 4th of July.
no, I'm not talking about Veterans Park, I'm talking about the actual workshop. You weren't chair back then, but you were already back on the board.
Oh,
And we had it in the
In the
room,
main
like
chamber.
the media was there, they interviewed you.
yeah,
I can look up the date, I know which one he's talking about. I'm just,
uh,
so what were you saying that the mayor said? Our
Yeah, the
marketing
mayor was
is
talking
lacking?
about marketing, so I was like, in my head, we have to put all marketing,
Efforts.
yeah, in here, at least so that he can say that.
He can't say we didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. Let's see if I can look at my emails really quick and tell you when I submitted the marketing materials for the workshop, because that'll give us the date. Also add the meeting that you and Steven had with Miramar.
the,
I know that you put here $0. That's fine, but it should also be here in initiatives and events. Because we prepared marketing material for that meeting, like he's saying.
yeah,
So like, if, he has a very valid point, if you look
Yeah.
at our report to council, it looks like we did one thing all year and it was go to Tallahassee.
Right.
So,
There was more involved, like.
right, there was more, I mean, I'm not gonna say it was our best year, but.
Well, here's the problem, you've got a $3 or $4 budget, you've got only partial reception working in your favor. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, even our mayor came out and says you're irrelevant, I mean, that's why I'm here, because it says there's not enough, Miami Lake citizens on the board, so I joined.
right.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad
Again,
you said
excuse
it.
me, I'm going again. Yeah, put the again in. So at least we counter that one argument.
Yeah. We need to get more people on board.
Well, I mean,
Thursday,
Ida, I mean, the one, no, her house is falling apart, I got.
Adele,
Adele, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I know, it's okay.
Is that not here?
put in your
the-
notes,
the event?
February 26,
Oh, no,
2025.
workshops are not here, can we add
27,
workshops to
I'm
this,
sorry.
to the attendance? Can we add workshops to the attendance?
This is the attendance that's mandatory to bring to council. I wouldn't do the workshop attendance. Because even though at the time, all the board members, with the exception of one, came to the workshop. That event was not recorded because of an IT issue.
Yeah, but it's not mandatory, just so we have, it's easier to like keep track.
We
of
can
things that
document
happen.
it even if it isn't recorded, I mean,
but
if you want a sworn statement,
these are,
an affidavit is just.
not going to an event is one thing, going to a meeting is another. When the
Right, but
resolution-
there's subcommittees, for subcommittees, you don't have to attend the subcommittees, and they're still here.
But they're meetings, they're different,
So, thanks.
activities.
Because like, for example, for the workshop that I'm talking about, I felt like there was like since I got there late to the whole prepping for the workshop, it felt like I was thrown into like, here's a workshop.
Yeah.
And
Right.
there's no press, or because we have no press, we didn't postpone the workshop. It was just this workshop, and then no one showed up. So it's like, and I know the miners weren't gonna show up, right? But still, since it was just a workshop, I think we have to start putting more like time frame before the workshop happens, you know? So that it can actually be worthwhile. At least since I wasn't there before, like that time, I don't know what happened, or what activities were done. And at least like, I think we can grow from that.
You had just started.
Yeah, I just.
Do you remember
It's
the
like
month?
his first month. And
That's what I'm saying, so we look it up.
I think you're gonna get a lot more.
it's February 27th. I just told you.
Because in my head,
Oh, that's, okay.
like whenever we publicize, whenever we talk about the mining in companies, we talk about them in public. That's when we're doing like marketing. Like we're marketing
Well,
them.
our audience though, our audience are not the miners. Our audience is the residents of Miami Lakes and the unincorporated areas that are affected by blasting. So we have to clarify that because as a board, our mission is to support council and be a resource to the residents.
Yeah, but I didn't know Cemex did the explosions for White Rock as a resident. So that's what I'm saying, like, as a
Right.
resident, since we are talking about these mining companies and we are asking mining companies to come to these meetings, it's important for us to mention their name in public events, like at workshops. Yeah, that's one thing, but if that's not like, easily findable,
Yeah, as long as it's
Yeah.
informational and not derogatory in any way. Basically, yes, White Rock is the one responsible for the blast zone that's most affecting these cities, and you
Mhm.
just state the facts.
Right.
As opposed to, they won't listen to
The
us.
statistics, you haven't seen the statistics.
I don't wanna see, I've seen the statistics before, we have the
No, no, no,
freaking seismograph all over the
but
place.
No, no,
Edwin
no.
has been assembling.
What
Oh.
Edwin has
Yeah.
put together is like a compilation of information you've seen
Phenomenal.
before, but in a way that's very like user friendly and easy to encapsulate in one place.
Okay, that's good.
So
Okay.
I think that that's another thing we should put on there because we
Well,
don't
that counts, yeah,
mention
that
it.
counts it. I think you're gonna get a lot more traction with the public. Once you get involved with the high school students and the PTA, I forgot who the PTA president.
yeah,
is,
that's a
right?
great effort, that's definitely gonna.
You know, and which point now you'll say, you know, and then the principal come on and says, look, all STEM students. There's a new award available, you know,
Mhm.
for the science in it, it's gonna be a value that. I think I said 500, I might bump it to 1,000, just to make it a little bit more effective, and then you.
I'll go in on that, man.
Yeah, fortunately, it's only open to high school STEM. But you know, what I'm trying to say is, and at that point, we'll be able to go ahead and get a lot more, parents are gonna want more information on it.
Right.
And then at that point, you get a presentation together. And you say, okay, what has been happening in our neighborhoods as of late is that we have an issue where limestone blasting is causing our homes to become unsettled and causing damages to our home. And we believe, you know, that these are the circumstances that's causing it. We like to see some science students get involved and see what they think of,
Mhm.
you know, how the, you know, the vibrations affect, you know, various strata, various structures and so on and so.
Mhm.
No Lego houses, of course, because that's what the Japanese are using now. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah,
For earthquakes, they have Lego house. Well, actually, that might be a nice comparison. The Lego houses
Mhm.
are taking,
the
you know,
3D printing concrete.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
and we're talking, they're taking, you know, level 8 and 9 seismological loads and not going down.
Yeah.
Even with their giant springs on their big buildings.
Yeah.
They can swing up to 7, no, it was 2.5 meters. They can swing 2.5 meters without any loss of any structural.
That's crazy.
2.5 meters.
Yeah, hopefully we can eventually push this to FIU or college.
Well, we do have a professor that we know of, who's a volcanologist.
Well, we're starting it, to keep within the town, so.
Yeah, but it'd be nice, he comes in and gives a lecture.
Mhm.
I
He'll
guess
blow
lecture.
everybody away, I mean,
No,
that's the
he'll
problem.
know how to do high school kids.
The problem we
As
had.
long as he doesn't bring a volcano with baking soda, we'll be okay.
Or we give him a 5 minute.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good guy, I like him.
Yeah, he's nice.
Um,
So we're adding the reports.
Yeah.
The 4th of July event and the context of it. The, what else did I say?
meeting with Miramar's council.
When you met with Miramar, didn't you and Steven meet with another town after Miramar? Or is it that he was still trying to get the meeting
He went with Brian,
to Homestead? Okay, we can add that too.
But that's not us, though.
It doesn't matter. I helped them produce their marketing material.
Yeah, I mean, I put it down there. I
Yeah,
mean,
it was
how
on
should-
behalf of the BAB.
Once again, it's on behalf of your cause.
Yeah,
And just say, look, you've networked people together beyond us, we've networked outside this committee in order to solve the problem, so you can always just, I would present it like that.
All right.
I think I saw a video somewhere at some point where I think it was you and, Mayor Cabo was there. Talking about it. When was
oh,
that?
but that was that country club. That was,
That was the previous
Way
year,
back.
though.
Maybe
yeah.
2024?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I was like, oh, I just started and like that just.
This guy's been stalking me, kind of freaking me out.
You're everywhere, so it's.
it was right before you left.
Yeah, it was there
Um,
before.
So not in 2025, so that's not gonna work. When you guys met with Miramar, he was trying to get an appointment with either Hialeah or Doral. I don't remember, but I'm guessing you didn't
Hialeah
do
Gardens.
Hialeah
If
Gardens.
they don't respond.
Okay, so you didn't do that
Quick
one.
interruption. In that time, I had asked if that email that was being sent can be shared to the team. Because for that specific
email?
reason, whatever email, like communication to the Hialeah Gardens, because like my parents live in Hialeah Gardens. So
Okay.
like, I'm like, oh, if that information can be shared, then when somebody leaves, that email can be followed. In my head is emails, because emails, you can make a trail, a history
Mhm.
of that emails. But conversations over the calls, you have to write it in minutes, it gets lost.
All right.
But in an email, I think those conversations that we have with representatives, senators, it should stick with the committee. At least like, not added as a person, but like, just CC,
Right.
What happened with the Facebook page in which they would call in, they blocked all those calls now going to the representatives? Remember the Facebook page in which if you experience a blast, to call these numbers and,
Right, well, that
contact
was
your
our
representatives?
personal thing.
I know, but I'm just
No,
curious.
the people stopped, the only one that was sending emails out was Adele,
Yeah,
literally.
everybody else stopped.
We had a group, after the first committee sunsetted, I created a group, Bennett was in it, and we had 3 other people. With that, we created a website where,
Facebook page.
no,
Yeah,
the Facebook page.
Oh, that's right, we have a website too.
It's information.
Right, yeah, that's right.
And on the website, you could pick, to send the complaint to the problem is that people don't understand how politics works in Tallahassee, in the government. So everybody attacks your state representative because that's your point of contact. But the reality is that representative needs to convince 127 other
Yep.
colleagues in
Of course.
Tallahassee to vote with him. And that's where the issue happens. So we recognize that for him to do that, or whomever to do that, there are 127 other people need to be aware of what's happening.
That's what it was. It was for awareness, not that so much complaints, but that we're experiencing this here and nobody else knew about it. I mean, except for the guy from Pahokee.
So we created a web page where we grouped all elected officials, everybody. State reps, senators, the executive branch, and then the media, and local politicians as well, local elected. So when there was 14 groups, think it is, you pick each group, and it will open your default email, whatever you're using, Outlook, whatever, populate the email for you, all you have to do is send. We did it that way so that it limits the amount of senders per email, so it's not considered a spammer.
Correct.
So you do all this, just sit there, hit send, pick it, send, pick it, send, pick it, send. And over 10,000 emails went out.
And we had some people who, try to block. Interestingly enough, didn't know, but the law says they have to receive the emails. You can't block them.
Right.
Any replies?
So Hialeah Gardens is one that
No one can share. No, I don't think I ever
Nobody
get
ever
any
replied?
replies at all. Nobody replied.
it's not that they didn't reply per se, but when we went to Tallahassee,
Uh,
that's you guys. Yeah, that's us. This is real. I thought this was a spammer. I had one, secretary of,
Okay.
of Pizzo. She's like, I created a folder, look, she showed me in her Outlook that when this comes in, because the other thing we learned to create a common, subject line, so that it'll group the emails.
So they can group it themselves?
Huh?
So the state can group it themselves, they can make rules, hey, this email comes in,
That's what this lady did. She made a rule that this email with this tagline, put in a folder. And it was what she showed, she goes, this Adele? And I'm like, that's not a bot, man, it's a real person.
Yeah.
She's losing her mind, what's going on? She's like, you're
Yeah.
kidding me.
Yeah.
She was, come with me, and she got us a meeting with Senator Pizzo. Right there on the spot. It worked, and it worked.
Okay, well, once again, our job then was just to get them informed, let them know what's going on.
Right.
That was a big thing.
I was there this year, right? And I had people approaching me. I'm sitting in the airport, talking to my mother on the phone, waiting for the flight. This guy comes up to me, hey, the blasting guy, how you doing? Man?
Blasting guy, that's good.
And he had the Florida seal on
Sure.
his sweater.
Mhm.
I don't know who he was, state rep, but obviously somebody official.
Yeah.
He knew who I
Gotta
was.
get a card, gotta ask a card. That's
I was on the
what-
phone. So
Whoever you talk to, get a card, they always have them.
it was wild. And everywhere we went, and then it was days, so it was a lot of partying and this and that. But hey, the blasting guy, hey, where are you at? What's going on? Everybody knew about the issue.
Yeah.
Which the first time we went, who are you? What's going on? What is this? No way.
The last thing of what?
Yeah, it was wild. It was wild. It was every time we go, it's an experience. But this one, it was wild.
Once again, that's the music to my ears. I mean, that once again, we're making an impact. It's just that we can't get, all we need is just to reduce the intensity of the blast.
Mhm.
We can't cut off limestone. That is an essential
Of course,
material. We don't want it cut off,
right.
you know, but the thing is, we just want to say, look, there even less vibration from different mining techniques, using the hydraulic, for example.
Well, the other three companies aren't even detected.
That's a good point.
Okay,
Do we?
Can you pull up really quick that last report that Edwin did so that he could see what we're referring to?
that we share all the time. If they're not being even set off by the machine, doesn't even detect it. Never mind the people. Why can't these two companies do it?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, and of course, my thing is they monitor their own seismographs, so.
Yeah.
And by the way,
Get them accountable.
but that's the fascinating thing. Let's assume they do exceed the five, I forget what, the 5.0, your PPD. Well, there's no penalty.
Right.
If they, yeah, it's reported, yeah, it got high, and then you still have to go through DOA. So now you've proven that they violated the
Mhm.
max. You still gotta go through DOA, and then you have to prove your damages again.
Also, so you're aware of the official report is what's done by the miners.
Yeah.
By law, by statutory rule, that's what they have to do. The pilot program is not official.
Is it sworn under oath, by the way, those reports, or just signed off by the seismologist or the blasting tech?
Yeah, I don't know.
In other words, under penalty of perjury, I
Right.
certify
Yeah,
that this
I
is
don't
a accurate report, something that you can,
Mhm.
take to court if you need
So
to.
the big crux of the pilot program was to prove or disprove what they were receiving as far as the official reports. Because official reports would be sent in, no, it's 0.3. No way. Then my house is like moved 3 feet. There's no way it could be 0.3. And with the pilot program,
Sure.
they have readings of 0.7.
Okay, well, there you go.
Go
Yeah.
really quick to the page that has the different mines, so.
The first thing.
That,
Oh, yeah.
is it that one?
Yeah.
Okay, see how it has to the left, Cemex, Titan, White Rock, SDI, and.
On the bottom right.
Rock,
Okay.
right? See how only Cemex and White Rock actually have like height
Yeah.
to their columns, but obviously White Rock is like number one
Yeah,
offender there.
interesting.
So that's what we were referring to, that the data.
This data was collected
was
from action
collected
reports?
From the pilot
On the
program,
state data.
yeah.
Okay,
Let's see
as
what
one,
comes
as one
out.
of the source, okay.
But
And look
he
at the
compiled
the
it to
count
be,
of the complaints, 23,000 complaints. That's not significant.
I've never seen this before. Whoever did a good job.
That
That's
was
a
the
very-
team- that
He's
was the
sitting
team.
next to you.
That's a very persuasive,
Yeah.
data set right there. It's
Yeah.
very persuasive.
yeah. And that's the data set that he used when he went to this most recent trip in
Mhm.
Tallahassee.
Right.
Because when he joined the team, he presented us with his first version of this months ago.
Mhm.
So over months, we've kind of provided him feedback, and we've gone like.
It's evolved, it's simplified.
Yeah, it's simplified, it's become more accurate, it's easier to understand, easier to read, like it's
Yeah.
made huge leaps of progress. So yes, this is the information you've seen, even when you were originally in the committee, but it's just presented to you in a way that's easier for politicians, easier
Well,
for residents.
that's
What's the
No?
time frame here, from when to when were this data collected, what's the?
Up
date?
to October. From
From the
initiation
start.
to October.
This in October, okay.
Last year.
Mhm. And the data is a little behind.
Yeah.
So, we're in March and we're still in October data, but still, I mean, it's a great way to see information all in one place.
Well, you would do this as a retroactive study to say, look, we have a problem, here's the evidence of the problem. Going forward, if they can correct these things, if not, you can continue the data sets.
Right, and this shows it's not an opinion, these are actually facts
Well, that's the thing.
of their own
That's why-
data.
Well, that's what I asked, the data source.
Now, I would love to add to, because this is the first time, even in all the time I've been on the committee, that that we're discussing the report to this level of detail,
Right.
right? So I think it would
Well,
also
Chair.
be valuable, okay, well, they know. I think it would be valuable to include that as a referencing item, because,
Yeah,
one thing is
I-
to say we did this and another thing is to see
You,
it.
the last version, you've already submitted it?
No, I haven't, with your last updates,
Yeah,
I haven't done it, I haven't had a chance.
okay, cause that,
You could use this version because this is what you use in Tallahassee.
well, cause this to the final is not much, that's all I was asking.
Is it in March?
The,
Pero no lo hizo, entonces,
The 17th?
at least.
Yeah,
before.
yeah,
When is this due?
yeah, town, that's why.
Should have been today.
Sunday. I'll-
Was it?
next Sunday.
Yeah,
in 2 weeks, huh? 2 weeks the meeting.
in 2 weeks the meeting, yeah.
Okay, good, I might can make that one, next week I'm out of town.
Whenever you have the materials, just
What day is the meeting?
on a Tuesday.
The 24th?
Is the 17th.
And this, I gotta provide you one?
Today.
As soon as possible.
Right, no, you'll have it tomorrow.
Mhm. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I think we can
Um,
just have the bullets and then like summaries about it, we can worry about in the next.
No, but right, that was the intent.
Yeah.
Can you email me the last version of the
Yeah,
stats?
this one?
Yeah, so I'll include it in what I send you.
And bullet points leading out, so they can see what the data set is showing, so they can see what the data set is actually.
Right.
Not everyone is trained in scientific method.
Right,
Francesca's come a long way.
listen.
If you hang around smart people, you get smart.
We'll talk about that.
That's my wife's so smart.
So I think it's important to add all those things we mentioned, and I also want you to put here on the camp. Kind of say like, self-sourced meetings.
Do we have?
Or
any-
like, with the assistant of Herzberg XYZ, obviously give him credit where credit is due. I'm not trying to cut him out, but, I think it's important to mention that these meetings were done through your own canvassing,
Right.
not through connections by lobbyists, because in previous trips, our meetings came from connections that the lobbyists made for
Sure.
us.
Right.
So I think that either way is effective, but the fact that you met with all these people and you didn't have a lobbyist. I mean,
Right.
It's very
You should see
easy
my
for
step count. I
people
was
to,
dying.
it's very easy for people to throw shade on our committee, so I think on this particular presentation to council, we need to be a little more,
Defensive.
not even defensive, we need to be a little more proactive on how we provide an update on our progress and results, because it's going to be easily attacked as if we did not do much in an entire year.
Well, your budget's pretty limited, so, you're not gonna be able to move mountains with what you have, but yeah. I mean, the fact that, most of this group here has come, several times during the year, if you are doing something. The effectivity is all depends upon, how many people you can contact. So, as I said, I think you're gonna get a lot more traction once we put it into. Now, unfortunately, I wanted it for the science fair, but we might do it as a STEM research project if we've already missed the science fair.
Right.
Miami-Dade's, what's the name of the little fair that they have, for Miami-Dade,
You think?
Youth fair.
Youth fair, that's it. Yeah, the youth fair. I think it's coming up this
It's
month.
now at Easter, isn't it?
I think so. Something
It's
like that.
usually like March, like end of March.
Yeah, March said they
Yeah.
submitted already.
They've already got their science project,
But
but
it's okay, we could pitch it like a hyper local thing, like. hey,
No, it's, yeah, I mean, and it's just gonna be a school, you know, maybe a class, not,
we don't know.
Anybody who wants
well,
visibility.
to start
We
with.
might open it up for all of Miami-Dade County for all we know.
To start with.
I mean, I
To
don't
get more
think
sponsors,
you should
because
limit
to make
it.
really into a
I-
major prize.
I
I
was
gotta
gonna,
talk to, the Miami Lakes Auto Mall. He's always the one for a good
Yeah.
price.
I just, I
Send-
think
send 'em.
that we shouldn't think of it as a one school thing. We need to do it as a all, Miami Lakes.
Yeah, Miami
School
Lakes,
thing?
all Miami Lakes.
And then we can get other companies to
Hire
provide
Miami Lakes.
sponsorships and.
Yeah, but we gotta walk, or we gotta crawl before we can run, so.
Yeah, I know,
We're-
how many 12th grade,
It's Barbara Goldman.
how many
11th and 12th.
12th grade classrooms? Like, let's say you only do Barbara Goldman, right? How many people do you think are gonna compete in doing this very specific project? You need more people in the pool.
Right,
Now
but,
you're not gonna have many candidates.
no, I could see it, like, if they have an honors class, a class, you know?
Especially some peers.
So the students of a class to start with, anyway.
We look for the, the more advanced science students that may get a better feeling for it.
An honors class.
I think if we make our contacts, we'll present to the head of the science department what our proposal is gonna be.
Right.
And then from there, they'll guide us, either AP physics class or even AP chem class or something like that. Ones where that might be interesting. Do they have engineering classes of any? I mean, we used to build those bridges.
Miami Lakes
Remember
Educational
those,
Center
those
has them here.
competitions, you build the bridges
Right.
out of popsicle
Hospital
sticks?
6.
Yeah.
Miami Lakes Educational Center still has that.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I think that should be a part of it too, it's the budding engineers.
My connection is there.
actually, you have one there?
I used to work there.
No.
I used to teach too, just
Just
not.
and just
I
like
saw
that,
it there.
and just like that.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, call them up. So I think that'd be more apropos, just at least to start. I mean, I think we just gotta do a class to start. Let's see how this goes. If it goes well, then we can
Well,
expand it.
Let's get a meeting with the science department heads. That's where we start. Because we can't get any access, you can't just go to the student, you have to access
Right,
first the principal, then with the science department, so.
Mhm.
Who's the current principal of Belleville is,
it's a guy, I forget his name.
I don't remember his name.
There's no traffic crossing the bridge, so they're doing a good job.
I'll look it up. We'll figure out what school, I'll do a quick search for all schools, principal and then science department heads, and then, I'll probably, request a meeting with the principal first, as soon as I get sworn in. So
I
I can
can
represent.
also, I just thought about something. We could also do career technical
There you go.
schools, not just high schools. Because,
Yeah, higher?
Older
Miami Lakes Education Center is a career technical
Yeah.
school. They
Right.
do adult ed,
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
yeah.
The important thing is to get it out and get people thinking about what's going on.
Right,
Mhm.
yeah,
That's
exposing this thing.
and then from there,
with an understanding.
yeah, we'll have enough exposure again, and then we can go possibly the next step is. Be nice if there was the state science fair of Tallahassee if they had.
Oh, that would be real nice. When do you expect to get sworn in? Have they given you an ETA?
The answer is they're probably ignoring it, but I will call Gina and take care of it.
I'll just
You're out
Probably
on
do
the
it
next-
tomorrow.
drive over here and say, Gina, I'm here.
Yeah, I'll give Gina a quick,
You're out of town the 9th through
yeah,
like, next week.
not, yeah, all next week. I'm
Okay,
gonna be diving Caymans.
Nice.
okay, nice.
And actually, I was supposed to go to Chichen Itza, but things got a little hectic in Mexico, so I'm not sure now.
Mexico's not bad.
Yeah, except all the gang riots going on now.
That all? Spring break is around the corner.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'll put in a call to Miami Lakes Tech. Just to give me an idea on how easy it's gonna be to get a meeting.
Yeah, just want to meet
And then
the principal
It's
first.
just, you need to take where to start. And like I said, I think to start, let's keep it controlled.
Mhm.
We need to get the council's approval, obviously. You're representing the town on an activity. But I think it's huge that,
Yeah,
yeah,
you're right, we are, that's right. We would like to see the support of our town council for the children of Miami Lakes. Let's make sure we put it in those terms, and let's make sure that they want to support the children of Miami Lakes with this prestigious STEM award.
Oof.
Yeah.
Got it.
I've
Say
been-
that again?
I've been in politics a long time. He got it. I've been in politics a long time,
So
so.
create like a LinkedIn page where, how do you call it, we give like an award to the city for LinkedIn.
Through link.
Yeah,
LinkedIn?
like a badge or something. That'd be pretty cool, they can take it with them forever.
Oh, that would be super cool.
Once again, that'd be it. I mean, when I was a teacher at HML, I was a teacher at HML in 85 through 86.
You're with, what's this guy's name?
I'll never forget what's his name.
Oh my God. He retired and he had animals. He died recently.
Yeah, he was my mentor.
Riggerman.
Al Riggerman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was my mentor. Just quick side story. So I had just graduated from dental school. I needed some time off, and also I wanted to coach a baseball team, because I needed to separate from the rest of the world. At any rate, so they put me in teaching biology and chemistry, and now these were ninth graders. And I didn't consider it any issue. So I was teaching them, AP bio. And so he came in during one of my lectures in which we were talking about the Krebs cycle, and he sees the formulation on the board and all that, and he turns to me and goes, "Oh, wow, glycolysis." And one of my students go, "No, it's the Krebs cycle." Riggerman, he got up, shook my hand, and says, "You're fine." And that was it. He never mentored me again.
That's what.
I was teaching him the Krebs cycle. So, yeah, it's just it was one of those. It was a blast. I love the kids. They were great. They were great.
All right. I think we got it though.
I have one more suggestion, for future projects. It's not the first time, you guys go to, I say you, because I haven't gone to DC. Or to Tallahassee, sorry.
I've been to DC.
All the same thing. So do we have any marketing game plan to how to market to these constituents once we do step one, once we make first contact?
You mean the people that he met with
Yeah.
this time?
Like we have like
So-
a life cycle. Oh, wait, this, and we do this.
I'm glad he brought that up actually, because we can put that in future projects. So in the past, there was a year that we went for the workshop in Tallahassee. It was when I had first started. I had been in the committee like 6 months, and then we went to Tallahassee for the workshop. When we got back, because we had so many connections or whatever, I gave the suggestion of think of it as creating a drip campaign, right? Where we would consistently touch these people, whether it be through emails, phone calls, whatever, and then we would share the responsibilities, because at the time, the committee was very large. Right around that time, we had lost our chair. When we lost our chair, there was no direction, right? And then other priorities surfaced, right? I'm not saying this to speak it on anybody, I'm just saying, the priorities shifted to other things that were more meaningful marketing at that time, right? But I think that because your trip was so fresh and you have these contacts so fresh, we should regroup that idea. Okay, and basically it would be a series of emails, calls, kind of like checking in with these people and
Email
reminding
campaign.
them, yeah, like an email.
I think we
campaign.
need to concentrate on the committees that we couldn't get it out of whoever's in the chair and the members of those committees. You said it was civil justice was the committee that held this up?
Yeah.
We need to find out who the chair is and who is the standing committee, and that's where you need to start. We gotta get it through these committees. If it comes to a vote, it may go up or down. We can get out of committee. And, that's just, certain death.
Yeah, for sure, but.
So
are these
that's where
people
that's the one you gotta touch.
That, all these people are different committees, yes, except Sharif.
Oh.
That Sharif created her own bill, massive bill, for blasting, anti-blasting.
Is it from Miramar?
I think she's in Miramar,
Okay, I see.
but she's a Democrat, and so there's not gonna get any traction just by default.
Well,
However-
after the next election, we'll see what happens. There's a lot
Well,
of crap going
I'm
on.
telling you what she's done,
I don't know.
but in reality, she's also created a huge bill, one single huge bill. And that's like a freshman mistake, because if one thing is disagreed on,
That's
everything's
it, the
set.
whole thing
Yeah.
is done.
Um,
Okay.
and she didn't contact any of us to.
Yeah.
So,
I never heard of her.
I was under the impression that all of these people were on the civil
No.
committee,
No,
but
no, no.
that's fine. We have their contacts, we could keep in touch with them, but yes, let's focus like what you're saying on the civil bill, on the.
Whichever
the
committee
civil
goes to
committee.
first.
Right.
And all, so the chair and all the people involved
Yeah.
within that.
Did it ever go through a committee and then get out, like, did it go to finance?
It was, it's never been heard,
Never been heard,
never been heard, not once,
not in any of the committees.
never.
Okay.
It's incredible.
Well, no, it's what I expect, you know, and once again, they're, mining,
Yeah,
lobbyists are very,
They're
very,
doing their job.
very, very good.
And you can't compare the manpower, the mining lobby is that would be.
Well, unfortunately, that's what you're up against, so, I mean, we do it because there's hope that we can
Yeah.
persuade enough people, but yeah, you're going.
you were at
Yeah.
the workshop that they had, the Fabrizio created a workshop.
Hmm.
My presentation was censored. They removed all images
Oh,
and
video,
videos
right? Yeah.
of my presentation.
Crazy.
So when I put it on,
You have to be your laptop.
And
Did
their
you put your
justification
time
for
down or
censorship,
something like that?
and their justification for censorship was.
I don't know what
Technical
happened. The
difficulties.
IT guy literally turned and gave me his back. I'm like, excuse me, what? Cause I have my presentation on a thumb drive. Put this on. He just turned around. He's not against the wall. I was floored. I was floored.
No, that's something
The
really
video
low.
of the session also was
Mhm.
removed, disappeared.
Oh,
And Hope, I was talking with Hope Reynolds and she said, Miguel, that's gotta be recorded. I'm like, you know what, do a public records request and ask for it. So she does. And the state response to her is, no, that's a private channel. The Florida channel is a private entity. We don't control it, so we have nothing to do with it. And all of a sudden it reappears, the video reappears online. So I downloaded it. Like,
Okay, anything for a second.
it was a wild
Okay,
event.
So you're gonna, next time, you're gonna do two things. One, you're gonna bring your thumb drive. And two, you're gonna have a bunch of posters. You can say, oh, I'm sorry, the technical problem, but fortunately I have these posters. And you're gonna take out your little easel and you're gonna put it up and you're gonna do your presentation anyways. Because now we know what they're willing to do. And so it's, okay, no problem, I can counter that.
I had in there, you remember the video of the tile popping?
Yeah.
This shows the energy wave going through the property.
Yeah.
And what it does to tile. Somebody paid for the tile, somebody paid to repair the tile.
Yeah.
Why they have to pay for it twice?
Yeah.
Simple as that. And look, all gone.
Okay,
Yeah.
so next time, we're gonna do some contingencies. We're gonna think, we're gonna game these meetings out. We're gonna game it out. So, okay, here's the ideal. And now let's see if this gets thwarted here, where do we go here? I do that a lot. I always like gaming things out.
And now we know what to expect too, because to be
yeah,
honest,
that's-
I would have never thought something.
No.
I was sitting there
And-
right next to him when this happened, and I'm like.
And I have to say something. I've been involved in politics since 2008, and I have seen so much of this.
I was floored.
I've seen so much of this, and it's quite amazing because they don't do anything illegal. Just not nice.
Yes.
That's the best way I can describe it.
I was floored.
Okay,
I
think that covers everything.
think, yeah.
And some current events from today, you guys heard of the explosion that happened nearby?
Yeah, down there by your.
That was
Fire?
1.2 miles away from our nearest complaint.
Really?
We're like, just like.
Do we know the source of the explosion? Was it just
It's a
fuel?
chemical fire in a warehouse. That's all I've heard.
Okay, but then again, they said the fire hoses weren't long enough to reach it.
Oh, I didn't hear that one.
That's what I heard, that they let it burn.
I was just trying to see if there were any complaints around that area. So
It wasn't us.
Interesting, that's a good point. Do we have any seismographs in the area, just to see? I'd be curious to see if it shows anything on that, like, what's PPD would be. Something like that.
It exploded.
I don't know if it's, yeah, exactly. Well, I'm sure there were minor explosions when the other chemicals, but the initial explosion, if there was one, would be
Yeah.
interesting.
I didn't feel anything, so.
No, I was looking, I saw the smoke.
I just got a text from my wife and saying, hey, there's a big fire in Miramar. And I said, oh, is it?
I thought it was in Miami Garden.
It's just the address is Miami Gardens.
I thought it was.
It is in Miramar, it's up there, but the
Oh,
address
okay.
is Miami Gardens.
It's 42nd and 100 and.
There you go.
Yeah.
And the other one was Opalaka.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, there was two, there was one in Opalaka and there was one up there. I don't know if they're related, but there were two big fires.
Oh,
I
know.
immediately thought it was the Everglades again. That was my first thought.
Right.
I just got your email.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, so to add all these things, and as future marketing efforts, Edwin's idea about
LinkedIn.
no, not the LinkedIn,
like a marketing cycle, like something,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right word, but like.
to reach out to all the committee members.
Yeah, that's just, they
We'll
used to
discuss
call
that
that
for next
Rolodex
meeting.
and back in the good old days.
So put that-
You
put
like head
that
in there and you
Project
would
that we're gonna
click,
work
call,
on.
Oh,
It was called Rolodexing, and that's why it got
Because
its
since
name.
you're saying, you know,
You know, because you'd have all the contacts you want to do, and you would literally go down the list. And then, get to the end, flip it back, and start again. Like the golden. Gate
Your next
Bridge, as soon
meeting
as
is on the
training one side,
23rd,
You start,
right?
the other,
Let me see.
Yeah, it's like the structures are kind of
all the way across.
our next meeting is on the 23rd, but our
Yeah,
committee meeting is on the report to council is on the 17th,
that's
correct?
the 17th at 6:30.
Okay, for the 23rd, can we reschedule that meeting?
Sure, anything look in mind or?
You got something on, hold on?
Yeah, I'm going to Capitol Hill.
Okay. We'll find
Capitol
something.
Hill.
Anybody in particular?
Like literally DC,
Yeah, Capitol Hill.
White House.
You're going
That's Congress. The White House, that is,
Going to the White House on,
that's Pennsylvania Avenue.
yeah, I'm gonna talk to
That's
Trump
why I
about blasting. I'm gonna be like, hey, have you seen these data sheets?
I don't think you're talking about Iran.
Probably.
You're saying for March you're doing it?
March 23rd.
All right, see what else is available then.
Yeah, I can look.
Thank you.
So if we could move it to the 30th, which is the following Monday, or the 16th, like I'm pretty flexible any other days. It's just so happens I leave that day.
Mhm. I will check tomorrow morning.
Okay,
For room availability.
perfect.
Mhm.
Do we have anything else we want to add to future projects?
I think we got,
When is our next report to council? Were you able to change the date? Remember how they were like super close to one another?
Yeah, I'm still working on finding
A
a
replacement?
replacement.
But what's our current date on calendar? Isn't
Uh,
it May? Because
Something excited, I think a run or something, a 5K at some point. I was wondering if, like, if anybody's ever gone going one of those.
all right, we need to shut up.
doing a 5K.
I'm just gonna get a shirt, you know,
We're gonna put a ball in your mouth.
because they give you shirts, like.
We're not doing running.
No.
We'll leave that to Bennett. He likes to run.
I used to like love running.
He volunteered for that. That's his
I won't.
initiation.
Running.
Right now, it's.
I'm a walker.
May 19th.
I can walk for
May,
miles, running, I can
right.
do half
Yeah.
a mile
Yeah.
without dying.
That's probably, you know.
Yeah, okay. Well, obviously, I know you're working on delaying it because presenting March and May is kind of.
It doesn't.
Yeah, I'm trying to get, there's two that meet the month that you wanted. I'm still waiting to hear back from those committees.
Cool,
Mhm.
cool. Thank you.
All right, so we're
Motion
good.
to adjourn. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I'm not a member of the committee yet.
Motion to adjourn.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Bye.
Hey.
Obviously, you wasn't against it.